Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So in the Zen market, in the events tab, we can purchase the sigil of the metallic Ancestry Dragonborn, and this will essentially give you the ability to reroll your race to this premium race. Now that's a price tag of about $15, so 1,500 Zen. Not that bad of an expense through the exchange. However, you're waiting 10 months for that now on PC. You'll also get a race reroll token with the sigil, so don't worry too much about that. And when you want to go and reroll your character, you're just going to have to head back to the character selection, right click on your character, and if you have a race reroll token, be able to click race reroll here. If you don't, you might have to buy one. Otherwise, if you purchase the Dragonborn sigil, then you will have one. And when you're going to race reroll your character, you'll end up in this selection, and you'll have all of those options. Now, I do not have the metallic Ancestry Dragonborn available to me, and the reason is because I don't like the race. I don't like how it looks, male or female. You could build a buff old male and have all that sorts of armor, but you're going to be limited on head armor, as not many will fit because of the shape of the head, and they have to then customize every single helmet to fit a Dragonborn because it's entirely different from what you would create for a normal human and every other race who has that same type of head. And you know how many different helmets there are in the game. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. And right now they are working on when they do introduce new gear that generally it will fit Dragonborns, and if it doesn't, they'll generally go back and fix it. Now this Dragonborn, the metallic ancestry one, you can see is a slight bit of an upgrade in my opinion from the standard Dragonborn, only due to the fact that you will gain 3% hit points. You can see that there. So essentially what the normal Dragonborn gives you is 5% incoming healing, plus 2 to any 2 ability scores, along with that 3% crit, strike, and 3% power. And the metallic one simply gives you all that, but the metallic ancestry is adjusted to give you 3% more incoming healing, so slightly less, but also increases your max HP by 3%. So overall you gain 6% stats from the metallic ancestry and 6% stats from Dragonborn Fury. So it's slightly better again than the Dragonborn. And if we look at other races, pretty much all of those other races just give you like 5% to a certain stat and then some utility bonus that generally doesn't impact your playstyle whatsoever. For example, a dwarf is just going to give defense and then 20% resistance against knock and push effects. I hardly doubt that even works. And then like a halfling, 5% to deflect. And you can see it's a trend across all of them. The human being a bit unique in giving essentially 5% to all defensive and offensive stats. So again, it's 5% and 5%, which is still like every other race. And metallic Dragonborn, again, it's giving you 6% defensive stats, incoming healing and HP, and 6% offensive stats, crit strike and power. And generally you can fit that in any build, but most classes who don't have combat advantage as their forte would like to run a Gith. But I've managed to run a wood elf on a bard where we have critical severity as our forte. So it's still doable without extra combat advantage from the Gith. And overall, in my opinion, don't buy this metallic ancestry Dragonborn unless you actually want to look like a Dragonborn, and then you could take the advantage to pick up this premium race. Overall, it does have a eensy weensy little statistical advantage over every other race. But again, who would take this? Well, tanks would take it, healers could take it, and DPS could take it. It's all around a race that's going to fit every build, and it's absolutely intentional that way. But is it the best across those? Well, if you want to do the latest trial, it's not the best for a tank, and otherwise for a healer and DPS, well, it's still up there as one of the best, mainly because of its statistical advantage. Just keep in mind, people always will like to mention the Drow and the Men's and Browns and Renegade because of its debuff power to allow your teammates to deal more damage by reducing the defense of your enemies. So that's pretty much it and what I have to say with regards to the sigil of this Ancestry Dragonborn. Should you buy it? Personally, only buy it if you want to look like a Dragonborn and want to pick up that exclusive race that generally won't come around every now and again. You can always buy this pack and you should be able to sell it on the auction house. And you can see a few listed there for like 7 million. Crazy talk. These prices will probably drop down to 3 million or so. People will buy more of them and they'll just sell them, literally just to turn a profit by exchanging their Zen for Astral Diamonds. And it's definitely something you can do. You can hold on to them, wait later in the year and sell them again for even higher profit, because it won't be available for people and there'll be only so many people who have Zen to be able to buy them. So again, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. If you're presented as well, consider leaving the video a like. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.